Hello and welcome to the Vlogging Pod. My name is Ari Nelson. Originally, when I started the Vlogging Pod, it was on the premise of YouTube, where one could vlog about their life. Hence the name I chose, Vlogging Pod. It was sort of in the sense of blogging, how you would on a website. And of course, the pod being the podcast. However, the podcast took off rather quickly and we booked up faster than I was able to get any vlogging time in. But today, I have hopes of correcting that by including the vlogging part of the Vlogging Pod podcast. So, here's a little bit about my life and a little bit about me. I'm a 50-year-old author of over 16 books, 12 of which are published. Recently, my father passed away. It's a hard subject to go through. But prior to his passing, like I had 8 years ago when my father was just as ill, I stood by my mother, aiding my father. A path that, if I'm being truthfully honest, swallows me whole. Well, unlike my two siblings, my schedule, according to them, seemed to be freer in order to be able to do so as far as helping my father and my mom. So I walked along this path for the longest of haul that surpassed those past 8 years and dragged on to just about 2 months ago, leaving me feeling a loss and an abandonment that surpassed any negativity left between now myself and my mother, which is kind of expected, wouldn't you think, since we'd been together into this whole haul since the very beginning. I often think that she's just going through the stages of grief. But I also say this knowing that if I make any insights on my mother, she would just silently say that I was wrong. And perhaps it's that debating that goes on simply because, well, we spend too much time in each other's presence or on the phone to one another. Or possibly it just could be the outcome of my father's death. I do know sometimes the heated exchange between her and myself caused a lot of tears. I know more on my side, but I'm assuming as well on hers. But I feel this duty, and it's followed me throughout the years when it comes to my parents and my family. So it's hard for me to walk away or just quit in the face of the storms that now surround us. To top that off, my father asked me before he left us to take care of my mother. So that dutifulness, if that's even a word, I feel has doubled in time and with the grace of God. I'm sure that emotions will lessen and we can move forward in some sort of harmony. Until then, I find myself swaying back and forth and struggling with a day in, day out kind of push ahead. But we'll get there. I'm sure. Now, as probably most of you are waiting on outside of these podcasts, is probably the Amazon deal of the day. We can all feel the heat coming So it makes perfect sense that the Lasko portable electric oscillating stand-up tower fan with 48 inches and in gray would be on sale, down from its almost $100 to 22% off at 78.49. Huh, to me, that's a great deal, especially if you're not dealing with the best of air conditioning. The links will be in the bio. Thanks for taking your time out to listen to me today and hearing this little bit about my life. I'm going to try to continue to do these type of vlogging parts of podcasts, and we'll see how it goes. Thank you for listening again. Till next time. Bye bye for now.